Hello and welcome to another of my Halloween videos. So this is also a collaboration with my great friend Amber from This Southern Girl Can. And what we're gonna do today is upcycled bottles from vitamins and such. And of course I'm gonna decoupage those. This video is a little bit longer than my usual video, so please stay with me until the end, because at the end I'm gonna announce something, I think something pretty good. So let's get started. As you can see, these bottles were already white, so I didn't paint them white. I didn't have to, and so I just applied some decoupage rice paper on them. And of course I use some air drying clay as well on my bottles. Everything I use I will try to list in description box below, so you guys can check it out after watching this video. And after watching my video, jump then onto Amber's video. I am hoping I will be linking her video in description box below as well. Those bottles which weren't white, I applied some spray paint on them to make them white. I didn't paint them with classic acrylic paint, I used spray for it, as you can see. And I used different kinds of bottles, from vitamins to classic bottles. I have some lemonade in it and such. And as you can see, I decorated them with some rice paper, which I think looked really Halloweeny for me. And then I applied some air drying clay onto them all around my bottles. Okay, so I will be showing you more bottles decorated with some air drying clay, and I let the clay dry, and I let it dry in a fridge. As I was telling you guys, if you don't want crackles, then put your clay in fridge, but leave it there until it is really dry. I mean really dry, best 1-2 days, because I let some of my stuff early, then it was dry and it did crack on me. So yeah, there will be small crackles. I'm not saying they won't be, but it won't be big and such visible crackles on your projects. As you can see, I use many molds, different styles of molds from Stamperia and such, and other style of molds as well. And also I use some stems I got from, don't kill me, but AliExpress, because I am using those stems on clay, so I didn't want to pay a lot of money for them. So I will try to find them for you, and I will be listing them in description box below. Then maybe when you are watching the video earlier, there will be no material description, because I just want to post it, because many people ask me to post this video how I made my Halloween bottles. So I will be posting it, and then later on I will be adding the material on my description box below. So go ahead and check it out later, or just write me a message or something. Hey, what did you use for this? Okay, this bottle I decorated a little bit different. I took some stencil and modeling paste and I applied it on my bottle around my rice paper images, and I let it dry, of course, as you can see. I had this mold, and to be honest, I had no idea what to do with it. I just liked it. And then I have this big vitamins bottle. So I use it on this one. And around I applied some stamp and I glued it on there as well. As you can see, it broke on me, but I didn't care. I mean, it's Halloween, so if there is a little bit of crackles around, I don't care. I don't mind. On some other bottle there was a image of mushroom, so I was thinking to do something a little bit different. So I took a mold, flexible mold from Stamperia I just got, so I had to try it out, of course. There were leaves on it and I applied on the whole inside of, I'm sorry, inside of the mold I applied air drying clay all the way around and I glued it on the bottle all the way around. And it was technically a perfect fit. So, of course, I glued it in with my express glue from Pentart. As you can see, I couldn't find it, but yay, I found it at last. I glued it all the way around, and of course, after gluing it all, I put it in the fridge because otherwise it would crack. And it did remind me, of course, as I was saying, mushrooms, so I had to put some mushrooms there as well. And I have this skewed mold from Redesign, so I had to use it for this project as well. And of course, some of my bottles needed a little saying. So again, I am rolling out a little bit of air drying clay, pressing my stamp inside of it. And then I am cutting around the edges for a nice dark look. And I am gluing it all onto my bottles. As here I am gluing a saying apothecary, I think it was, or something. And I'm gluing it on the other side of my so-called Halloween potion bottles. Another bottle of mine was decorated with some air drying clay and a stencil, and this stencil I pressed the image inside the clay and then I carefully glued it on the bottle itself. And here I was thinking it needs something little bit more, and I was looking for something and I found this cute cat mold I have, so I used it on my bottle there as well. So carefully I just took out my cat outside of the mold and glued it on with express glue from print art of each side of the bottle in between the rice paper image. And then since I found one last bottle, I just used this mushroom rice paper and I decorated it with this. So again, I applied a little bit of decoupage glue on the bottle itself and then I glued it all with more decoupage glue, and I didn't tear up the image anywhere because it wasn't necessary. Then I had this stencil from Stamperia, so I was thinking of using it. So again, I roll out some air drying clay, then I press the stencil onto the clay with my rolling pin, and then all of it was glued with express glue from Pentart. Of course, you can use another glue as well. Then I was thinking my bottle needs something more, so technically I wanted to put a snake on it. I had one, but somehow I couldn't wrap it around my bottle, so I decided to make a snake out of clay. It's not very difficult, as you can see, so I am hoping I did a good looking snake. I do. Okay, and now after my snake was finished, I glued it on my bottle, and all of these went into the fridge. After everything was glued, I put it in my fridge. So my clay part of my bottles are all dry out. So firstly, everything was painted with black paint, and I wiped off any excess of the paint with wet towel, and this step was repeated on every of my bottles I make. I think I went a little bit overboard with my bottles, but it was so much fun making these, so I made quite a few. Then I put a little bit of paint on cut up sponge, so some green, some beige and such, and I put it here and there on my bottles for kind of grass image look. Okay, and here I wanna say, and I must admit, I made a mistake. This was technically not yet dried, and I started to paint my stem image saying, I would say, and I wipe it all off. It just disappeared on me, so I had to scratch off the saying which you are seeing there. I had to scratch it off and do another image and glue it out and let it really dry. And here you can see I am doing the same thing with my stencil design, the stencil modeling paste design. I firstly painting it all with black paint, and then I am dabbing with cut up sponge, some different shades of beige and some metallic uh, paint as well. After Each and every of my bottle was painted. It was time to seal the clay part, and of course I could use water-based matte varnish, but it would take a lot of time, so I just took it outside and used spray matte varnish. And then it was time to do a little bit of Halloween feeling. So I have these moss pastes which I had for a long time, of course didn't use them, so now was the time to use them. So I am applying each and every one of it on my bottles here and there. And to activate these pastes you need to use your heat gun. I was trying to show you guys even close up, but I don't think you can see how they go up with like bubbles and such. It really does look like a moss. You can even use some other acrylic paints to make a more moss design on it. Seriously, if you hear a dog barking, one of those are mine. But really I tried to do a close-up, but I don't think you can really see how the paste go up and make some little cute bubbles and such on there. So for the one bottle then looks like a little bit different with colors and such. I use expand paste and some acrylic paints. I just mixed them all together and then I applied it here and there on my bottle, and then again it gets activated with heat gun with heat. So be careful, this expand paste can burn if you leave it too close or too much on your paste. So but it is the same process, it activates and the paste will go up and makes nice cute bubbles. And on this bottle I use wax paste as well, and I applied it here and there on my clay images and my modeling paste stencil image as well. And here they are all finished, each and every one of my Halloween potion upcycled bottles. And are you ready for the announcement? So I was thinking giving these bottles away to one lucky winner of my YouTube viewers. So if this video get 1000 views and you if you wanna win it, gonna comment I want these bottles and tell me why you want them, I will pick up one lucky winner and I will send it to him. And it doesn't matter where you live, I will send it to you. But my video needs to really get 1000 views, so you can share them with some friends and such, so my video will get out there and hopefully get inspired many people. And if it reach 1000 views, I will be picking up one winner who will get these bottles if this winner wants it. So good luck, and I will see how this video performs. Okay, so if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up or a nice comment. Please check me out on other social medias where I even post some sneak peeks and such what I'm working on now. You can even comment what you want to see next, so I can make a video of it. And And please do check out Amber from this Southern Girl can as well. And I hope I see you soon. And I hope you're gonna try these potion bottles for yourself as well. Until next time, bye, and I let you enjoy the rest of this video in